Hello and welcome. So I just want you to have a think about why you're here, what you'd like to get out of this session. And then based on that information, I want you to set an intention for your class. Maybe it will be staying connected to your breath. Maybe it will be just you want to take a bit of time out for yourself. Maybe you'd like to clear your mind, just let go of anything else that's going on around you. Or maybe it's something completely different. So just closing your eyes, just setting that intention for your class based on why you're here. And then I want you to keep coming back to that intention throughout the session. And I want you to take a lovely long deep breath as you close your eyes. Exhale, just allow everything to soften, shoulders away from your ears. Soften the sit bones. Inhale, creating space in the spine. Find the spine lengthening. As we exhale again, soften the shoulders, allow the legs to fall down towards the ground. Inhaling, rising up through the crown. Exhale, soften the belly. Feel the shoulder blades melting down the spine. Just taking a few more rounds, following your natural breath. Try to let go of any thoughts entering the mind as you just stay focused on that breath rising and falling. We're going to inhale, take our arms out to the side, up to the sky, filling lungs and belly. Reach as tall as we can. And as we exhale, bring our hands down to our hearts. And rest hands down to the knees. Drop the chin down to the chest. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Keep the chest lifted, keep the shoulders soft. And then we're going to bring the chin over to the right collarbone. Maybe take the right hand and draw the chin closer down towards the collarbone. And then rest the hand back down onto the knee and bring the right ear over to the right shoulder. Again, soften the shoulders. You may want to just lift that right shoulder up a little bit, drop the left shoulder and really feel that opening up through the left side. And then rolling that chin back down to center. We'll bring the chin to the left collarbone, Maybe use that left hand on top of the head and just draw the chin closer in. Resting the hand back down onto the knee and bring the left ear over towards the left shoulder. Soften the shoulders away and then maybe just lift that left shoulder a little, drop the right shoulder down for the extra stretch along the right side. And then rolling the chin back to center, roll the head all the way around. Back to center and then back in the other direction. And inhale, lifting up through the head. And now everyone's eyes are open. We're going to take some nice big circles through the hips. So really rounding the back, dropping the chin as we go back. And really opening the chest, bringing that chest as far forward as we can as we come forwards. Exhaling as we come back. And inhaling as we come forwards, try and glue the sit bones to the ground. And then start to listen to the breath, hear the breath, inhaling and exhaling. And then we're going to go back in the other direction. Really exaggerate those circles as much as you can. All the way back. Draw the navel in as we come back. All the way forwards, draw the shoulder blades together as we come forwards. So really feel that release in the spine and in the hips. And even maybe you're feeling down into the legs and the neck. Let's take one more round. And excellent. Let's come onto hands and knees into our cow and cat. And we're going to drop the belly. Inhale, open the chest, gazing up. And exhale, rounding the back, drawing the navel in, chin towards the chest. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, rounding into our cat. Follow your breath. Each inhale, come into cow, drop the shoulders away from the ears. And each exhale into cat, drawing the navel in, pressing palms and pelvis forward. Take one more round there. And then we're going to hold that cat there. Keep drawing the navel in. Maybe just nod and shake the head a little. Make sure there's no tension in the neck. Press palms and hips forwards. Feel the separation between the shoulder blades. Draw the navel in a little tighter. Inhale. And exhale. And release. We're going to tuck our toes. And we're going to push back into our first downward facing dog. So feet are around about hip width apart. Spreading the fingers. Pressing into the backs of the fingertips. Sending the heels down to the ground and sending the tailbone up to the sky. And then we're just going to pedal that out. Find that length in the backs of the legs. So you can bring that one of those heels all the way down to the ground, or see how far you can bring it down before changing over to the other side, and somehow sync your breath to your movement. Maybe rocking your hips from side to side. And I'm going to come tall up onto the toes, and as we exhale, bring those heels down towards the ground. Inhale, tall up onto the toes. Exhale, bring the heels down towards the ground. One more, tall, tall, tall on the toes. And exhale, sending the heels down to the ground. Let's walk the hands back towards the feet. So bring the heels all the way down to the ground. Really feel that lengthening through the backs of the legs as we slowly walk the hands in. Maybe touching the ground. Maybe hands are alongside the feet. Or maybe we'd rather take ragdoll. Just hang down, catching elbows. Nod and shake the head. Make sure there's no tension in the neck. As you inhale, create space in the spine. Imagine lengthening through the spine, the crown. And exhale, folding a little deeper. Feel that lengthening through the backs of the legs. So using your breath to take you deeper into the posture. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. And exhale, folding a little deeper. We're bringing belly towards thighs, bringing chest towards knees. For inhale. And for exhale. We're going to roll ourselves up. So soften the knees, draw the navel in, slowly rolling ourselves up and rolling the shoulders. Inhale, reach up for the sky as tall as we can. Exhale, reach over to the right. We're keeping those palms together, maybe interlace fingers and point the index finger up. For inhale and for exhale. And inhale, come all the way back up to center. And exhale over to the other side. Pressing into the hip. Really reaching up through those fingers and opening up through the side body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Come all the way up. And we're going to exhale, forward fold again. Inhale, halfway lift, looking up. And exhale, walking the hands to the top of the mat, coming back into our downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. And exhale, we're going to bring the knee to the chest, really rounding through the back. Shoulders are over the wrists. Coming up onto the toes of the back foot and draw the navel in. Inhale, take the right leg back up to the sky. Exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale, take the right leg up. And exhale, we're going to step that foot to the top of the mat. Turn that back heel in so that back foot's at 45 degrees. Inhale, take the arms up to the sky for warrior one. Ground through the outside edge of the back foot. Reach the arms up, maybe palms are together, maybe hands are shoulder width. You choose, see what feels best for you. Make sure you've got some space between the shoulders and the ears. Gaze up to the thumbs. Inhale and exhale. Take the arms wide, we're coming into warrior two. Maybe take that back foot a little further away. Inhale, we're rising up through the crown. Exhale, sinking deeper down into that lunge. Ground through the outside edge of the back foot. Reach from fingertip to fingertip. Gaze over the middle right finger. This right knee directly over the ankle. Imagine drawing the upper thighs into the hips. Draw the navel in. Drop the tailbone down. For inhale and exhale. Inhale, come into reverse warrior. And exhale, settle there. Keep that right knee bent, maybe gazing up to the fingers. And we're going to come into side angle pose. So take the right arm to the right knee, left bicep alongside the ear, and then reach up through those fingers. And then open the armpit up towards the ceiling, maybe gaze up to that arm or the fingers. And try not to dump all your weight into this right arm. Maybe stay there, maybe reach the right arm out in front. For inhale. And exhale. Take the right arm back to the leg and then come back up into reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands forward either side of that front foot. Step back. We're going to lift that right leg up to the sky. And we're going to bring the shoulders over the wrists and lower down for chaturanga. You may want to keep the back leg lifted, or you may want to drop that foot down to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. And exhale, knee to the chest. Draw the navel in, round through the back. Inhale, lift. And exhale, knee to the chest. Really working the core. Inhale, lift up to the sky. Exhale, look between the hands and step that foot forward. Turn that back heel into 45 degrees. Inhale, take your arms up for warrior one. Gaze to the thumbs, maybe the arms are wider apart. Draw the navel in, drop the tailbone down. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. For inhale and exhale. Take the arms wide for warrior two. Maybe take that back foot a little further apart to try and keep this knee directly over the ankle. Reach from fingertip to fingertip. Gaze over that middle left finger. If the knee's caving in, draw it back out towards the little toe. Draw the navel in, drop the tailbone down. So removing the arch from the lower back by drawing that navel in, dropping the tailbone, rising up through the chest, up through the crown. With an exhale, maybe sink a little lower. We're going to inhale, reverse warrior. Left hand slides down the back leg. Gaze up to the left fingers. Keep that front leg bent. Keep grounding through both feet. And then back into warrior two. And we'll come into side angle pose. So the left arm rests onto the left knee. Reach the right fingers up diagonally. So we've got a straight diagonal line from the outside of the back foot all the way up through the fingertips. Open the armpits up towards the sky. Maybe stay there. Or maybe reaching both arms forwards. For inhale and exhale. Bring the left arm back. Come back into our reverse warrior. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands forward. Step back, high plank. Sorry, we're going to lift that leg up to the sky and maybe we'll come down one-legged into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's hold that downward facing dog there. Find the breath, reconnect with the breath. Keep the heels sinking down towards the ground as the tailbone points, tilts up towards the sky. Draw the navel in. And once again, hearing the sound of the breath. It's like you can hear the ocean through the breath, a Ujjayi breath. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, take that right foot forward. Come into warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Maybe take the feet a little wider. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And exhale, come back down, reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands forward, step back, high plank. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step that foot forward. Turn the back heel in, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Maybe take the feet a little wider. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, side angle. Inhale, lift that left arm up. And exhale, come back into warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, take the hands down, step back. High plank. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And holding that there. Sinking the heels down towards the ground. If you'd rather come down into child's pose, come into child's pose here. Draw the navel in, tilt the tailbone up. But most importantly, bring your awareness back to your breath and back to your intention. For inhale and exhale. Inhale up onto the toes, looking ahead. Exhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend knees, sweep fingers on the mat as we're coming into chair pose. Sit back and down into your chair. Interlace fingers if we can, and the index finger is pointing up. And exhale over to the right. Inhale, come back up, sit back and down. Exhale over to the left. And inhale, come back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, maybe jumping back, lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. So we can hold this downward dog here. We might want to take it a little deeper, taking the right hand to the outside of the left. You can take the feet a little wider and take the right hand to the outside of the left calf, ankle, maybe heel. Look up underneath the left armpit. For inhale and exhale. Changing sides. Let's come back into your down dog. Take the left hand to the outside of the right calf, ankle, maybe heel. Look up under the right armpit. For inhale and exhale. And release, come back into our downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, roll ourselves forwards into a high plank. And we're going to hold that there. Draw the navel in, press through the heels, lengthen through the crown. Bring the feet together, and we're going to roll out onto the outside of the right foot. Maybe we can have one foot stacked on top of the other. If not, bring that top foot in front, or even bring the bottom knee down. And then we're going to lift the left hand to the heart, left hand up to the sky. Keep lifting through the hips. Don't let the hips drop down. For inhale and exhale. Bring that right hand back down. You might want to drop down to the knees and have a rest before we roll over to the other side, or come onto the outside of the left foot. Right foot either stacked on top, in front, or coming down onto the bottom knee. Keep the hips lifted, right hand to the heart, elbow to the sky, and then lifting that right hand up to the sky. For inhale and exhale. Taking that right hand down, let's drop down to knees, chest and chin. Inhale, sliding forwards, roll the shoulders for cobra. Exhale, push onto the hands and the knees, push back through downward facing dog. And we're going to take the knees nice and wide, bring the feet together, and come down into child's pose. Just again, reconnecting with the breath. Reconnecting with your intention. And we're going to walk the hands over to the right. So the right hand comes outside of the mat. The left hand maybe can rest on top. Fingers interlaced, and rest the forehead down onto the mat. Keep the sit bones back towards the heels. Maybe walk the hands a little further away from you. And maybe rest your weight into that left side. And slowly come back to center and over to the left side. Left hand on the ground, right hand on top of the left. Bring the forehead down between the arms, sit back into the heels. Maybe walk the hands a little further away from you. And then maybe just pressing a little into that right side to find that real deep opening. And walking the hands back to the top of the mat. Let's rolling ourselves forwards, bring the knees underneath the hips, tuck our toes, push back through downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale, take that leg high up to the sky. Exhale, knee to the left elbow, taking a little twist. Inhale, lift up to the sky. And exhale to the right elbow. Inhale, lift up to the sky. And as we exhale, look between the hands and place that foot there. Let's come into warrior one. Holding that there. Gaze up to the thumbs. Feel the hips drawing down as the fingers reach up. And into warrior two. Maybe take the feet a little wider apart. Gazing over that middle right finger. Inhale, lift the right hand, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Gaze to the fingers. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands forwards. Inhale, take that right foot all the way back and up. And exhale, roll the shoulders forwards over the wrists, lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to the chest. Really draw the navel in. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, come across the body, knee to the right elbow. Inhale, lift the leg up. And exhale to the left elbow. Inhale, take the leg up to the sky, and as we exhale, look between the hands and step that foot forward, turn the back heel in. Inhale, reach up for warrior one, holding that there, really gaze up. Find the breath. Ground through the outside edge of the back foot. Don't let that back knee cave in. And take the shoulders away from your ears. Come into warrior two, maybe take the feet wider apart. Reverse warrior, inhale, gaze up to the fingers. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, bring that arm down. And inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down either side of that front foot, step back. As we inhale, lift that leg up to the sky, roll ourselves forwards, high plank, lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's walk the hands back towards the feet. Into that forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. If we can heel toe the feet towards each other, then maybe we can hold on to the backs of the calves, maybe the ankles, maybe even the heels, working the elbows in towards each other. Lift the tailbone up, dropping the crown down towards the ground. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Release the hands. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, walking the hands back into our high plank. We're going to hold that high plank there. And then we're going to see if we can bring the forearms down to the ground. You might need to bring one down at a time, or you might be able to bring both down at the same time. And then come into that dolphin pose. Walk the elbows in towards each other so they're under the shoulders. Walking the feet in. Maybe staying here. Maybe lifting one leg up to the sky. Maybe playing with jumping up into our forearm stand. And then whatever we do on one side, we want to do the same on the other side. So maybe just lifting that leg up. Maybe playing and having a little bounce. Seeing if we can come up
into that forearm stand. And whenever we're ready, come back up onto our hands and push back into a downward facing dog. We're going to step or jump our knees to the top of the mat. So we're on our knees, we're going to lift up through the hips. Inhale, lift the arms up, press the hips forwards, lift through the chest. Exhale, take the right arm down to the back heel. Maybe if it's hard to catch, maybe tuck the toes. Keep pressing the hips forward, lifting through the hips, gazing to your fingers. And push down into that right heel. Slowly come up. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, take the left hand down to the left heel. Keep pressing the hips forwards. Keep lifting through the chest, gaze to your fingers. And inhale, press down into that back foot to lift ourselves up. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, coming down. We're going to lift the right arm up. Exhale, right hand comes down between the shoulder blades. See if we can catch fingers. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, soften the shoulders down for inhale. And exhale. And release. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, down between the shoulder blades. Inhale, take the right hand up. See if you can catch fingers. Inhale, lift up through that top elbow. Exhale, relax the shoulders down. For inhale. And exhale. And release. Take the hands down. We're going to tuck our toes. I'm going to sit down onto the heels. I'm going to interlace the fingers behind, lift through the chest. Gazing up to the sky. Really draw those shoulder blades in towards each other, the palms in towards each other, and open up through the chest. We inhale, we rise up through the chest. We exhale, we sit down into the feet as we draw the hands down towards the mat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, take the arms up to the sky. Exhale, take our hands down. And we're going to step back into our downward facing dog. Find that nice length through the spine. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. And exhale, step that right foot outside of the right hand. Drop down to the back knee, top of the foot. Inhale, lengthen, and then we're going to exhale, fold down. We might be able to bring the forearms down to the ground. Really opening up through that right hip. Softening the shoulders away from the ears, just allowing the head to hang. And dropping the hips down towards the ground. And slowly coming back up. So you might be able to move a bit because the sofa's in the way. Take that right hand outside of the right foot. So the right bicep is underneath the knee. And then you can shuffle that right foot forward, lean yourself forward and come into an arm balance here. So you're resting the inner right thigh onto the right tricep. Trying to keep the feet up off of the ground, the chest and face off of the ground. And then let's take that right foot back. Come back into our downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, take that foot to the outside of the left hand. Drop down to the back knee, top of the foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding forwards, maybe rest down onto the forearms. Find the breath. Find your intention. Allow the hips just to drop down towards the ground. You can come onto the outer edge of that front foot. Feel yourself sinking into that posture. For inhale and exhale. And then come back up onto the hands. And again, we might want to try this scissors posture, taking the left hand underneath the left leg. Take the hand so it's next to that foot. And then you want to work that top foot forward and see if you can lift both legs up off of the ground, keeping the face up off of the mat. And then stepping back into high plank. Downward facing dog. I'm going to roll the shoulders forwards, drop down to knees, chest and chin. Inhale, slide forwards, roll the shoulders for cobra. Exhale, push back into child's pose. Take the knees nice and wide. Bring the forehead down to the ground. Just listen to the breath. Allowing yourself to soften and relax. Softening your shoulders away from your ears. For inhale and exhale. Come back up onto our hands and our knees. Push back into downward facing dog. Inhale up onto the toes, looking ahead. Exhale, step or jump into a seated position, extending the legs out in front of us. Removing the flesh from the sit bones. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, folding over the legs. Take the shoulders away from the ears and extend the chest towards the feet, flexing all 10 toes towards you. Maybe you're catching the outsides of the calves, the ankles, maybe you've caught the feet. Maybe you can interlace your fingers around the feet. We're really trying to get belly to thighs, chest to knees, rather than catching the feet, but having a rounded back. Really try and drop that chest down, tilting the tailbone back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. And inhale. Slowly come all the way up, bring the soles of the feet together. Walk the sit bones in towards the heels. We'll inhale, lengthen. And we'll exhale, fold. Thumbs inside of the feet, opening the feet. That nice opening through the groins. Each inhale, lengthen through the crown. Each exhale, fold a little deeper. For inhale and exhale. And slowly coming up. And we're going to come into a boat pose. So hold under the knees and try and bring the chest towards the knees and calves so that they are parallel to the ground. Maybe flex the feet, maybe point the toes. You choose. Maybe we can reach those arms forwards. Keep lifting through the chest. Reach closer towards the toes. Bring those knees closer in towards the chest. Try not to round the back, but keep that chest lifted. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to roll ourselves back and see if we can bring the feet all the way to the ground behind us. So it might take a few attempts of rolling back and forth. Maybe hold under the knees. And so we bring the toes to the ground behind us. And then we can place the elbows on the ground, the hands to the lower back, and we can lift the legs up into our shoulder stand. We want to lift the body up. So imagine lifting the body up. It will lift us up onto the shoulders and away from the neck. Try not to have the legs behind us. We can do. This is a half candle or half shoulder stand. Try and bring those toes directly up. Maybe interlace the interlaced fingers and bring those hands down to the ground. If it's feeling tight in the neck, just come back down. If it feels too much in the neck, please listen to your bodies. If you're feeling okay in the neck, you can bring the feet down to the ground behind you. Maybe tucking the toes, or maybe you can bring the tops of the feet to the ground. Again, if you're feeling comfortable in the neck, maybe take the knees and hug the ears. And then come back up into your shoulder stand, releasing the hands. Maybe you're still supporting the back. And slowly, slowly roll the spine back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Really working the core. Until the hips are down and the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to very slowly keep the lower back pressed down into the ground and slowly, slowly, really working the core again. Lower the legs down to the ground. And release. We're going to sit onto the backs of the hands, extending the legs back out, walk the elbows in and lift through the chest so we can see the toes. So the chest is lifted up, shoulders are up off of the mat. We're sitting on the backs of the hands. Spread the toes nice and wide, gaze to the toes, and then just allow the head to hang back. And see if we can bring the top of the head so it just softly rests onto the mat. So a counter pose for our shoulder stand. For inhale. And for exhale, gazing between the eyebrows, the third eye. And release. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Take the arms out to the side and rock the knees over to the right. If this isn't quite deep enough, just take the left knee on over the top of the right so that left knee comes all the way down to the ground. And looking over the left shoulder. You might want to use the right hand to draw that knee down to the ground. And then you're softening this left shoulder down, closing your eyes. For inhale and for exhale. Inhale, come back to center, just hugging those knees into the chest. And then we're going to rock over to the left. So again, this may be enough. One knee on top of the other. If not, just take the right knee over the top of the left. The right knee comes all the way down to the ground. Gaze over the right shoulder. We're drawing the knees down and we're gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale and exhale. And slowly come back to center. Hug those knees into the chest. Bring the soles of the feet together. Nice and close in towards the hips. Tailbone pointing down towards the heels. Palms facing up. Just allow the knees to drop down towards the ground. Just really let go of any tension you may be feeling or holding on to in and around the hips. Feel the shoulder blades melting down towards the ground. And soften the belly. For inhale and exhale. And then either stay there or extend the legs out if you'd like to join in for Shavasana. Just closing your eyes. Relaxing the shoulders down to the ground. Softening the muscles in your face. Making sure your eyes are closed. Eyeballs falling back into their sockets. Inside of your mouth widening. With each exhale, feel yourself sinking down a little deeper into your mat. Relaxing a little more with each breath you take. Take an inhale and an exhale. Maybe one hand to belly, one hand to your heart. Just reconnecting with your breath. We're going to hug our knees into our chest. Maybe bring the forehead towards the knees. And then we're going to take a nice big stretch from fingers to toes. And then make our way up to a seated position. For Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I'll see you again soon.